What's good, YouTube? It's your boy JusticeXFalls. We back at it again with another video. And unless you've been living under a rock or you just don't follow gaming, there has been a humongous leak in the Microsoft side of things, particularly Xbox. So I feel like IGN summed it up pretty well. So we're gonna look through it, and then we're gonna look through some other stuff, and I'm gonna give you my take on what's going on. So without further ado, let's get to the video.
You were right. They did try and take you out. Because this is the greatest score.
What is this? Oh, The Expanse? Oh yeah, we bought this. Yeah, I might stream this. This might be the new what is it?
Holy
what am I playing on Monday? When I finish Immortals of Avium, The Expanse might be the next game we play. Yeah. Because I like Telltale games. I've never played through a whole Telltale game. I've watched multiple content creators play through Telltale games, watched them play through a little bit of that Wolf one, the first one they came out with, Wolf something, I forget. And then some of the Walking Dead series, which I definitely dig into. And some of the, actually my homie uploaded that, but it's beside the point. Let's get into this Xbox news. Let's get it.
balls. Today is seeing
Holy
one
balls.
of the biggest leaks in video game history.
Indeed.
Leaked court documents have pulled the curtain back on the secretive video game industry and offered a rare look at the behind-the-scenes deals going on at Xbox. We learned about upcoming Xbox hardware, unannounced games, and Phil Spencer's desire to buy Nintendo. That's right. It's all coming up in today's Fix, and we're looking at how Telltale games and The Expanse are a match made in the heavens, presented by The Expanse, a Telltale series.
I just downloaded this. This game is gonna look fire. I don't know nothing about Expanse, but it looks fire to me, so I'm gonna play.
Here we go. Despite Phil Spencer saying multiple times that there is no need for a mid-generation refresh of its Xbox Series game consoles, leaked court documents show that Microsoft is planning to launch hardware refreshes for both the Xbox Series X and S next year. The new Series X, codenamed Brooklyn, is more compact than the original model. Like the Series S, it lacks a disk drive. The document also reveals that this console will feature 2 terabytes of storage, 16 gigs of RAM, and will come in 100% recyclable packaging. The updated Series S, codenamed Elwood, will include 10 gigs of RAM. Pricing will remain the same as their predecessors. The document notes that both consoles will be announced concurrently next summer, with Elwood arriving in August 2024 and Brooklyn in October. Xbox explained it would give a 2-month release gap between the consoles in order to give Elwood a moment to shine before Brooklyn becomes the more sought-after console ahead of the holiday 2024 season.
Okay.
It's interesting that Xbox is planning to make its flagship console digital only. Seems like Microsoft is pivoting away from physical games completely, and if I know gamers, not everyone will be happy about that.
Yeah, that's a bold move. I feel like somebody had to do it though, and if it was gonna be somebody, it had to be Xbox. But this move, this Brooklyn move, this digital only for both editions. This Xbox is sitting right in front of me. This Xbox you see right there is going to skyrocket in value. The secondary market for this Xbox, the last Xbox with a disc drive, because moving forward, they're not going to bring this. They're not moving backwards. They're not bringing the disc drive back. This is going to be the last Xbox with a disc drive. So the value of this shit is going to go to the moon. But they're trying to give incentive for you to get Brooklyn due to the fact that it has what? Extra RAM and an extra terabyte on top of that. 2 terabytes off top, and you could just take your little storage thing from your Xbox and hook it into there to make it 3 terabytes or 4 terabytes if you put the 2 terabyte one. And you probably have an old one from the Xbox One, like I do, an old hard drive dangling in the back there, an old big external hard drive, which is probably another terabyte. So yeah, that Brooklyn launch gonna go crazy if they stick to this schedule. I don't know if they will. They might shake things up due to the fact that this information has leaked, but if they stick to it, shit.
Sought after console ahead of the holiday 2024 season. It's interesting that Xbox is planning to make its flagship console digital only. Seems like Microsoft is pivoting away from physical games completely, and if I know gamers, not everyone will be happy about that. Speaking of new hardware, mid-generation console refreshes are not the only ambitions Microsoft has. The tech giant is planning to launch a next-generation Xbox console in 2028. A leaked document mentions this new Xbox system will be a next-generation hybrid game platform, with development kits slated to launch in 2027. More interestingly, the document mentions a thin OS for under $99 consumer or handheld devices, implying that Microsoft may release a handheld device dedicated to cloud games.
So I guess the partnership with ROG Ally and the partnership with Logitech G with the G Cloud was like put it out into the market. Like, if we put something out, a handheld device with our name on it, will people buy it? And I guess they, you know what I'm saying? I guess people are buying it. So by 2028, cloud gaming and digital gaming is cloud gaming and things of that nature is gonna become even more viable than it is now, and it works pretty good now. I don't have the best internet ever. I have 300 megabyte internet, and that's only up. I don't know about that. Down is way slower, so like 20 or 30 megabytes. But like, or is it the other way around? I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, and my stream, it works fine. Works fine for me. That's why you saw all of the video I had with all those devices. Works fine for me. I don't have gig. You don't need gigabit internet to do cloud streaming. You know.
There's also word of next-gen DirectX ray tracing, dynamic global illumination, machine learning-based super resolution, and micro-polygon rendering optimizations. Microsoft is currently in the hardware design phase, if it's still on track with this plan outlined last year. Another of the many documents leaked online this week included a 3-year-old Bethesda release schedule from before Microsoft's acquisition of ZeniMax Media in 2021. The document included some unannounced games, most notably remasters for The Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion and Fallout 3. Plans must have changed, however, as the Oblivion remaster was supposed to be released in 2022. Bethesda also originally planned to have its Indiana Jones game out that year, but obviously we're still waiting on that
Did
one
not
too.
happen,
In
yeah.
2023, it planned to release a new Doom game, Doom Year Zero, along with DLC the same year. And then
New
2024
Doom.
is supposed to see the release of The Elder Scrolls VI, an untitled licensed IP game, the Fallout 3 remaster, a Ghostwire Tokyo sequel, and Dishonored 3. Other information revealed in this document included the fact that Starfield was forecasted to generate $900 million in revenue, though again, this information is likely very outdated due to the document being published before Microsoft closed its acquisition of Bethesda's parent company. So while the release schedules have certainly changed, at least we now know that all these upcoming games are a thing. So everyone act surprised whenever Bethesda announces a new game for the next few years, okay? Now, during the Activision Blizzard trial over the summer, it was revealed that Microsoft had its eyes on 100 developers it considered acquiring at one point, before narrowing it down to just 8 studios, including Sega, Square Enix, and Zynga. However, there's another little studio Xbox was eyeing, Nintendo.
Yeah.
An email from
See, this is what people was getting misconstrued. I posted this on my status the other day because I saw a news article about this, about Phil Spencer expressing interest in buying Nintendo. Like, he just, not the whole company. They can't afford the whole company. Just the game studio. I feel like the game studio is a more realistic purchase than buying the whole company. They can't afford the whole company. And I have some people tell me that, like, oh, they can't afford it. It's Microsoft, bro. It's Microsoft. They can afford it, bro. Like stop. Like, Windows alone, they could use funds from, you just thinking about it from an Xbox standpoint. Microsoft sells their Xbox, this Xbox Series X I'm looking at, they selling it at a loss, like, profit-wise. But it doesn't matter because of how much money Windows makes. You got to think about that. Like, their other assets, like Windows, and their Microsoft Office. Like, come on, they're making billions on top of billions for that. They could afford to buy the Nintendo, just the game studio. They could afford that. Definitely could.
August 2020 reveals that Spencer was enthusiastic about
It's unlikely Nintendo will sell, but I do think a partnership will come out of this because you've seen Phil Spencer and other Xbox people playing with Nintendo Switches. You've seen Phil Spencer at Nintendo events. Like, I think I heard a leak before where they're trying to get Game Pass onto the Switch, and that'll maybe start the partnership. And then maybe later on, like, they'll do a bigger deal where, because I think they said they want to get Nintendo to realize that their future exists, like, off of their own platform, like off of the, like, you know, like, if in order for them to expand, they're gonna have to, you know, step into the more modern digital age. But I don't think they have to, though. I think that Nintendo can still do what they do and partner with Xbox. Like, the gamers win at the end of the day. We all win if they come together. Like, instead of them always being in competition, we all just win if they come together and innovate and shit like that. I know competition also breeds innovation, but synergy also breeds innovation as well, depending on who's synergizing, depending on who's coming together.
Acquiring the studio behind beloved video game franchises such as Mario and The Legend of Zelda. Spencer noted in the email that the acquisition would be a career moment, and I honestly believe a good move for both companies. It's just taking a long time for Nintendo to see that their future exists off of their own hardware.
I read that.
A long time. Now, obviously, Spencer has yet to realize his dream of buying Nintendo, and it seems unlikely Nintendo would be willing to sell unless it suffers some sort of financial catastrophe. But Nintendo is riding high on the wave of The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom and the huge success of the Mario movie. I think it's going to be just fine. The email also revealed that Spencer was interested in acquiring Valve and Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment, the latter of which would mean Xbox would own developers such as NetherRealm and Rocksteady, but it wouldn't own the IP, which was a sticking point for Xbox. And that's not all. In May 2022, an email chain between senior Xbox executives, including Spencer, Matt Booty, and Sarah Bond, revealed how Microsoft was scrambling to find games as the company had a huge hole in its lineup. Games
we knew that. We knew that.
In 2022, including Starfield, Redfall, and Stalker 2, all being delayed, were mentioned in the email. Spencer said in the email chain, "This is really a disaster situation for us, given all we've invested in content across studios at our GP Content Fund. We need to learn from this and build a plan forward." He then issued a call to action from the team to ink third-party deals to circumvent the gap. Stewart responds with a roadmap of third-party releases, accurate as of May 2022, that includes a number of games that were at the time set to launch across the 4 quarters of the 2023 financial year. Of note here is mention of Resident Evil Revelations for Q2, which would be October to December 2022. This is perhaps a code name for the Resident Evil 4 remake, which launched in March 2023. Also slated for Q2 were BioWare's Dragon Age 4 and Ubisoft's Skull and Bones, both of which are yet to arrive nearly a year later. Further into the email chain is talk of the difficulty associated with getting day-and-date releases for Xbox Game Pass. What follows is a detailed and revelatory assessment of third-party options for day-and-date Game Pass launches to fill Microsoft's lineup hole. Perhaps the most eye-catching entry here is Red Dead Redemption 2, day-and-date for Gen 9, which suggests a next-gen update for Rockstar's Epic was as of last year set to be released. Rockstar has yet to make an announcement about such a game, and as with everything here, the plan may have changed. Other interesting...
They just confirmed, Red Dead Redemption 3 though. So I'm assuming that there's gonna be a remaster for this at some point. Even though the regular game, I just rebought Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2 the other like a couple months ago, like a few months apart from each other. And they still look amazing in today. Like, this is a 2018 game, and then before that, Red Dead Redemption was what, 2013 or some shit? When did Red Dead Redemption 1 come out? Mad years ago. 2010. See, I'm tweaking. 2010. Yeah, I was in college playing that game.
Tidbits include Microsoft's comment on Baldur's Gate 3, described as a second-run Stadia PC RPG. Given the astonishing success of Larian's superb role-playing game, that was one bad call. The emails also reveal the astonishing amount of money Microsoft is spending securing those day-and-date deals. Microsoft estimated it would cost $5 million to secure Baldur's Gate 3, $35 million to snag LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga for Game Pass, $50 million for Dying Light 2, $100 million for Assassin's Creed Mirage, $250 million for Rocksteady's Suicide Squad, which still hasn't come out.
I'm waiting for that.
$300 million for Respawn's Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Now those are the broad strokes of today's Xbox leaks, but for even more info, head over to IGN.com. Telltale is a storied company with a history of handcrafted narratives, meaningful choices, and character-driven.
Yeah, I'm definitely copying this game. Okay, that's the end of the Xbox news. But yeah, The Expanse. Yeah, we're definitely gonna be streaming that once I finish some Models of Avium, which I'm like a little bit more than halfway through. We're gonna throw Expanse in the mix because that, like, I like Telltale games and this space, and I like space shit. So combining that together is gonna be a vibe. But yeah, but let's go back and look. Let's go into some details of what's gonna be this new console. So we're looking at the Brooklyn thingy. Let's zoom in. Look. The Brooklyn Xbox Series X refresh, the most powerful Xbox ever, adorably all digital. So it's gonna be like a little office or little bathroom garbage can type shape. So it says the Brooklyn will deliver 4K Gen 9 console gaming with more internal storage, faster Wi-Fi, reduced power, and immersive controller and beautiful design that elevates the all-digital experience of the Xbox ecosystem, giving our fans more to love. Beautiful, innovative new design with more storage for games, 2 terabytes. 2 terabytes out the gate is fire. USB-C front port with power delivery. All new immersive controller. We haven't seen the controller yet. And great price for $500. $500, that is a bowl and apple tea for like systems these days. Like if you could keep that at $500, beautiful. Improved sustainability story. Reduced power supply unit by 15%. New low power standby mode. It's 20% of current Xbox Series X standby mode. Increased use of PCR on housing to 30%, to greater 30%, 100% recyclable packaging, and updated technologies. All new Southbridge and modernized I/O and sustainability efforts. Wi-Fi 6E radio for better throughput latency. Radio improved accessory features, and a 6 nanometer die shrink for improved efficiency. So that's all the nerdy shit for you people that care about that. I'm not gonna say I don't, but it's not a deal breaker for me. Like the amount of teraflops is not gonna get me to buy or not buy a console. So we have the new controller as well. Siebel is gonna be new Xbox controller. I'm already not liking the design. Unless they show the back, I don't know. Unless this is just a prototype. So the world's best controller, now playing on a screen near you. Ubiquity, play anywhere. Xbox Wireless 2, direct to cloud, Bluetooth 5.2, sustainability, rechargeable and swappable battery. That's cool. Recyclable materials and less resin. Repair and disassembly. Durable, reliable, new modular thumbsticks, improve longevity. Continue building. Is it Hall effect though? Seamless pair and switch. New mobile app features. See pair devices in cloud. Manage devices and accessories. Immersion. Feel the game. Precision haptic feedback. VCA haptics double as speakers. Okay. Quieter buttons and thumbsticks. Engage and delight. Lift to wake. Similar Xbox feel. Same ergonomics as Merlin, which is not this controller, but the one that comes with the Xbox Series X. I think it's. Should have one. Let me dig in this drawer real quick. Yep. It's I think this is Merlin. Yeah, this is the one with the matte finish grips. The matte finish and the matte grips. So that's the new controller. And then we saw the launch title, the launch window, which will be around the end of October, but at the end of the summer. So the beginning of fall, beginning of fall, we're gonna be getting the end of fall we'll be getting the Brooklyn one, and then the Elwood one is there, and then the Siebel launch is gonna be the new controller. So so next summer is gonna be wild, and then going into 2025, they're gonna apparently they're gonna announce it at the end of the year or around July of 2025, and then at the end of the 2025 we'll get the actual consoles. Next is the current gaps that they need to reach. Earbuds, media remote, controller, handheld, which they have that already. Not currently funded or resourced. They want another elite controller. They want a luxury controller, whatever that means. Console customization, PC accessories, accessibility portfolio, new cloud server blade, repairability, sustainability progress, audio portfolio expansion, and then funded. They have cloud gaming, which is cloud console, which could be like a mobile device. It could be a mobile device, or it could be a home device. It could be like a Switch. You see Nintendo and Xbox been, Phil Spencer's been trying to infiltrate. They could be taking the idea from the Switch and making it like a docked home experience, or a handheld experience that you can dock and put and play at home. A core controller for Siebel, and then the SW security, whatever that means, and the design, whatever that means. I don't know what that means. Voice of the player, so it's testimonies and stuff like that. So yeah, we see that Xbox has plans. I'm pretty sure they're kind of pissed off about um this information leaking. This one is for like the handheld one. Like they want the handheld cloud gaming one. That would be $100 is competitive as fuck. Like I know they're cutting they're trying to undercut everything because they can afford to. Because like I said, they sell PCs with Windows on them. Most PCs come with Windows on them, and also if you want the best experience for your apps, it's gonna be um, the Microsoft Office suite. So people paying for that, so they can afford to undercut. They can afford to leave the new console at 500. They can afford to leave the handheld at 900 at $99. So that's gonna be interesting, man. I know some things are gonna change. I know there's gonna be a switch up because this information has leaked. I know Phil Spencer is like he's punching the air right now, but we'll hopefully they can stick to some of this and we get new content, because if new gear and new innovations and new partnerships and all that they're trying to do, it's only gonna benefit us. I don't know why people still sit there and try to do that console war bullshit. That shit is so stupid to me. I think that's the dumbest thing that ever came about from gaming. That console war shit, like the way people argue and have blind loyalty to companies they're not employed to. It's weird as fuck. So yeah, any innovation that comes in, any partnerships that comes in, is only gonna help us, and it's not help us but benefit us in the future. So we'll see. So y'all let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think. You a console fanboy? You a Sony pony? You mad about this? You a Xbox shill? You're gonna just buy whatever they put out? You like me? You like in the middle where it's just like I'm gonna get whatever experience, whatever floats my boat. I'm not gonna miss any gaming experience due to blind loyalty to a company. Let me know. So y'all already know the vibes. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It's your boy JusticeXFalls, and we out. One.